Welcome to the English News Programme on Somaliland National Television with me, Yasmin Saeed. These are the stories making local headlines. President of Somaliland and senior delegation arrive in Nairobi, Kenya. Members of Somaliland's UK and US diaspora communities held conference on recent claims of insecurity in Somaliland. The France continues to assist Mali in security nation. President of Somaliland, Ahmed Silanyo, accompanied by a senior delegation of government officials, arrived in Nairobi, Kenya. The President is expected to travel to the United Kingdom on a diplomatic visit.
Delegates of the Somaliland government who flew yesterday from Somaliland landed in Nairobi International Airport. The President with other top governmental officials, including the Somaliland Foreign Minister, Mohammed Abdullahi Umar, the Minister of National Planning, Dr. Saad Ali Shire, were received by top Kenyan officials and also Somaliland Ambassador to Kenya. The President with his delegation finishes their mission. When the President with his delegation finishes their mission in Kenya, they were expected to proceed to the United Kingdom, where they were expected to meet the Foreign Secretary, William Hague, and other British governmental officials.
Members of Somaliland's diaspora community residing in the UK and North America organised a conference to address the unsubstantiated claims from the UK and US Foreign Offices on Somaliland's insecurity and instability. Members of Somaliland's diaspora communities held a conference to discuss recent claims from the UK and US Foreign Offices alleging a level of insecurity for Western nationals. Although the United Kingdom retracted their initial press release, the US Embassy in Nairobi continues to stand by unsubstantiated claims of instability in Somaliland. With a number of notable figures in attendance, including Deputy Mayor of Hargeisa, Abdiaziz Agawene, and Chairman of Somaliland's Diaspora Agency, Abdirahman Mohamed Ali. Several individuals took to the podium and expressed their belief that such claims are politically motivated and bear no basis of truth or significance. A representative of Somaliland's diaspora community in the United Kingdom spoke on the importance of assessing the reality of Somaliland's peace and security. He stated,
"Particularly in Britain and the leaders of North America, Somaliland is peaceful. I come from Britain. I'm an engineer. I want to give back to my country, and I want all the young people, especially the professionals, to come to Somalia and to give something back to our people." So it is therefore to tell you my country is peaceful, everybody is happy, nobody is fighting, the security is fully in charge. The country knows each other very well. If somebody was to come in, whether it's a terrorist or whatever, they will be caught. And I want everybody to stand together.
Speaking on behalf of the North American diaspora community, Amber Heath also conveyed a message of encouragement to all those residing around the world. She emphasised the need for more clarification on these unsubstantiated claims from the US Foreign Office. Ms. Amber Heath stated,
"And the people of Somaliland know what is going on here. This is a propaganda from the Somali government, and we know that we are safe here. This is our home. I am first a Somalilander, second Canadian at the end of the day. So, all I'm saying is, there's no reason to back up, run away, or be afraid. I don't see anybody leaving Somaliland. I don't see anybody scared. I'm still walking around with my children and taking them to school here in Somaliland. They hate the Americans, but they're Somalilanders. We are safe, and we're telling our tourists, our other Somalilanders out there, come home. We are safe. There's no threat. There's nothing. I am assured by our government and our army that we are safe. And of course, our fellow Somalilanders, because at the end of the day, we are Somalilanders, and that's what counts. So, as a Canadian, with American children, we are not, I repeat, we are not leaving Somaliland. This is our home. Show me the proof for us to leave our country and go back. Give us the reason and show us the proof. I agree, before September 11th, if there was something that people knew, maybe a lot of tragedies would have been avoided. But again, you cannot say leave your country without any sort of proof or without anything to back up. And at the same time, have our ministers and our presidents sit down.
The event concluded with attendees collectively agreeing to work even harder at providing more insight and information to all those curious about Somaliland, as this East African nation continues to emerge as an example of democracy and a template of peace and stability for other developing nations. A number of diaspora residents, representatives of local and international organisations and other foreign nationals met with our reporters to express their view on Somaliland's security situation.
As the U.S. urges American nationals to depart from Somaliland due to an unknown and apparently baseless claim of insecurity within this internationally renowned peaceful nation, a number of diaspora residents, employees of local and international organizations, as well as visitors of Somaliland expressed their unanimous view of Somaliland's current peace and security. Some members of Somaliland's diaspora community elaborated on their impression that Somaliland is much more peaceful than many other countries visited. They collectively stated,
My name is Mahmoud Ali Ahmed. Just want to say a couple of words concerning the security threat in Somaliland. As a matter of fact, a week ago I was in London when the security threat came out, and today I'm here in Hargeisa, Somaliland, and to be quite frank with you, I feel a lot safer here than I felt anywhere else. In the last 2 weeks I've been in 5 different countries. Although I'm technically an expat as I wasn't born here, I've now lived in Somaliland for 3.5 years, and it's been the safest experience in my entire life. I haven't felt safer anywhere, whether it's during the daytime or at nighttime, in any way, shape, or form as I have been in Somaliland. Another thing I want to mention is, of course, there are political interests involved, so this is something that's being politicized, but to the Somaliland diaspora, as well as the expats who do come here for work and whatnot, it's extremely safe. As a matter of fact, there's an American gentleman on the airplane with me when I was flying in, and I have my German consultant flying in this week, who also finds Somaliland to be a very safe place. So it's rather unfortunate that this news has broke out. A lot of people are aware that this has absolutely nothing to do with security, and there are other things involved which are political. But in general, I just wanted to reiterate the fact that Somaliland is extremely safe. I'm very safe here. I'm very happy to be here, and it's safer than anywhere I've been in my entire life. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Salma Abdulmajid. I'm from UK. I'm a Somalilander, and I live in UK. I'm working in Somaliland right now, and I want to say something about the message, the travel plan that the government of Somalia has issued recently. I live in this country, and I've been here for about 6 months now. I work here, I live here, my family is here, my friends are here. I'm very happy here, I'm quite safe. I live in a very comfortable place. I work in a very comfortable place. Always traveling with my friends, socializing. There's a lot of places to hang about in Somaliland. There's no threat whatsoever. I do not worry one single bit. I've been living in UK since 2001. I went to school there, I went to university there, and I was also working in UK. And a lot of the times when I was in UK, I find it really very hard to be, traveling around for safety-wise. I used to worry a lot about, what might happen to me if I travel after 8 o'clock, if I'm by myself. There is a lot of dangerous danger going on in UK, especially if you're a woman. But that does not worry me in Somaliland, and I do not know or notice any sort of insecurities or lack of security in Somaliland. I want to encourage all the Somalilanders, wherever they live, to come to their country, to invest here, to work here, to spend their holidays in Somaliland, because there's a lot of beautiful places to go. For example, there is the Adabin Island, there is the Mera, which is very beautiful, Dado, which is in the far corner of Somaliland, and Hargeisa, the capital city of Somaliland, which offers a lot of good socializing place. And do not worry about what others are saying, because this has got nothing to do with security. It has got a lot to do with political issues, and we should not worry about that. Just come home to Somaliland. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nicole Sumbe and I'm currently living in Hargeisa, Somaliland for the last 8 months. I am working for a beverage company which is a franchise of Coca-Cola, SBI. I have found in the last 8 months Hargeisa to be completely different to what I actually expected to be. And it's sad that this news has now come out of Hargeisa being an unsafe, or Somaliland being unsafe to be in, which I feel completely untrue. I can be out and about at night, any time of the night. I have English friends, I have Dutch friends, I have American friends who actually live here, on Irish friends actually, who live in Hargeisa, who's lived in Hargeisa for the past 4 years. Some of them have lived here for 3 years, 5 years, and none of them are willing to actually leave the country because they know it's safe. Okay? If you really want to see if it's safe or not, you just have to go on the streets where tons of money is lying around, gold is being sold on the streets in the most crowded places, and nobody steals it. So you can kind of tell it's safe, there is no threats in any kind of shapes. We are out the same hours I used to be out in London. I can stay out here if I want to be. I can live my life the way I want it to be. So truly, it's probably, like a lot of what other people are saying as well, it is a political issue which shouldn't be involved in safety and people's ways of living, because a lot of us from the diaspora has come back. I myself originally come from Holland and then lived in the UK for a number of years, and now I'm finally residing here back home. Now, a lot of us are like me, we'll all come back to live here because we know it's safe. We know there's job opportunities, amazing job opportunities here. There is opportunities for businesses, small, big, whatever you want it to be. So it's unfortunate that some sort of news like that the British consulate has come up with can actually disturb our lives here. But I just wanted to say to anybody who's out of the country and who doesn't know what the real life of the Somaliland is here.
The executive director of SONSAF, an outspoken figure commended for his role in national advancement initiatives, emphasized the need for more public awareness on Somaliland's ongoing peace and security. He stated,
I think Somaliland has been a stable country over the past decades, and I think that everybody knows that we have Somaliland has got the partners in the international community of like USA, like Great Britain, like so many others. And I believe that Somaliland has got a peace and stability, that it is brought its people, and this is this kind of, I think, peaceful and stability. Somaliland is called what's called the bottom-up approach, where the people have got the ownership, and where the people committed to serve the country. So I believe we know the region, there is a threat in the region that could sometimes affect Somalia. But I think specifically, or particularly Somaliland, I believe Somaliland is stable and it's peaceful, and I hope that if there is some misunderstanding, could be, and needs to be clarified by the government of Somaliland and the Ministry of Foreign and the security sections. But I think we hope that the international community, particularly the friends of Somaliland, should, I think, understand that that the region, first of all, has got the threats of many ways and means, but particularly Somaliland. Over the past decades, we realized that Somaliland has been peaceful, that people were very much interested or committed the continuation of the peaceful coexistence. And I think according to at this current time, we believe that Somaliland has ability to improve and to review its security sections. And I believe in collaboration with the Somaliland people, I think we don't have any fears in the future or at the moment that at the current that there is a high risk or threats to the foreigners and to particularly the Western people. So on behalf of civil society of Somaliland, I believe we welcome our friends and I think we take their advice. But I think on the other hand, we believe that Somaliland has a stable country where its people, I think, is very much committed and very much have a solidarity and cooperation to prevent any violence or any insecurity that could happen in the future.
Siddhartha Patnaik, Regional Director of IPE Global, working closely with Shaqadon Organization, known for their instrumental role in prompting progress in the employment sector, spoke on his experiences in Somaliland with Executive Director of Shaqadon, Mohammed Hassan. They stated,
My name is Mohammed Noor. I work for Shaqadon, Executive Director of Shaqadon. And fortunately, I have been here for almost since 2006. And I never felt any time threatened. There was incidents, there was happened in 2008, but I think that's something of the past because the community and the Somalilanders, they work together to make the security of this country happen the way it happened. So I never felt anything, any threatening all this time. I feel much more comfortable than I was in New York or when I was in the United States. I feel much more safe. I can go any hour in the night. I can move with my friends and with my colleagues who come from the international community. We work with the American group. We work from here all the way to most of the regions who have been there working with us. They quoted us. And I never see anybody who complained about the security in Somaliland. My friend Sid, who is his second or third time here, he goes every night with us, going to the restaurants, to the nice places. He goes there. We don't even take security any time when he's here. So, except maybe when he's traveling between the cities. So, I think it is that idea is, I don't know what they are facing, but we have seen that threat. Maybe they have some information, but in here, they're all safe, they're happy, there's no place I can exchange for security. And while I'm here in Hargeisa also, there's no other place I can say it's more safe. I've been to Nairobi, I've been to Europe, I feel very safe.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The current security situation of Somaliland is undeniable and clearly evident to all those residing within the nation, travel to the nation, or simply passing through, and as such it seems such baseless claims from the U.S. Foreign Office will bear no blow to this emerging African nation.
Traditional and cultural leaders of Ahmed Dagah district held a consultative meeting with members of Ahmed Dagah district on disagreements in recently conducted local government elections.
Traditional leaders, academics and members of the Ahmed Dagah district held a meeting regarding the local governmental elections that took place in Somaliland last year, as well as the recent military rankings and reshuffle of regional governors. This meeting took place in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa. This meeting welcomed the recent developments that occurred in Somaliland on collaboration to continue the peace and stability that Somaliland has enjoyed for the past 22 years, despite recent political broadcasts. The intellectual and traditional leaders alike were in agreement of their praise and appreciation of the President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mohamud, for his ability to fulfill his duties as head of state. The participants all pointed out that through providing the Somaliland military with an official ranking system, this has displayed continued progress for the past 22 years, which has been a step taken under the current administration. The traditional leaders said to all those who were previously unhappy with the recent results to accept the decision of the National Electoral Commission for the sake of national interest. Ultimately, the participants pledged that they are in full and complete support of the government of Somaliland, especially at a time where the security of the nation has been falsely identified as being unstable in the international media for political reasons that are yet unknown.
You're watching the English news programme on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news programme. And now for our international headlines in detail. The French have announced they will begin pulling troops out of Mali in March, and that their forces will now focus on flushing out Islamist rebels in the north of the country.
The news was given by Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius, just as the French Defense Minister was in Vannes seeing our French military instructors who will train the Malian army. We have a mission, and that is to expel with the help of the Malian army all terrorists we find on Malian soil. Then our role is to step aside and let the African and Malian forces take over, once we and the EU mission have trained them, and we want them to take that responsibility as soon as possible, said Jean-Yves Le Drian. EU ministers meeting about Mali in Brussels were told that the rebels had suffered hundreds of casualties at the hands of the French Air Force in the last 2 weeks, but that aid, reconstruction, and good government would be needed to prevent the return. The delegates agreed on a roadmap to guide Mali out of its present crisis.
The leader of one of Tunisia's main opposition parties has been shot and killed outside of his home.
Reports claim Chokri Blade was hit in the head and chest 4 times as he left his home in the capital of Tunisia, Tunis. Blade was a member of the left-leaning Democratic Patriots Party, part of the leftist Popular Front coalition. The Popular Front is the main political opponent of the government that is dominated by the Ennahda party. Over the weekend, Blade accused Ennahda of hiring mercenaries of disrupting a Democratic Patriots meeting.
That's all the news we have for you today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.